Let me start with a shocking development. This just in. Shocking development. A Thursday night football game that did not suck. In fact, that game was actually pretty entertaining. Believe it or not, the Cowboys actually beat a winning team. Remember, they came into last night's game. All three of their losses were against winning teams. They had not beaten a winning team. So last night they actually beat a winning team. Sort of. Not really. Actually, not at all. Because the Seahawks are not a winning team anymore. Not after that. Now they're 6-6. So I want to be very clear about this, Cowboy honks. When everybody demands to know once again who you have beaten, don't be coming around here and screaming, the Seahawks, we beat the Hawks. Miss me with that bullcrap. Just because they're the best team you've beaten doesn't make it a good win. You follow me on that logic? Just because they're the best team you've beaten does not make that a good win.
Are you following me, camera guy?
Thank you, Alvin. Exactly. Are you following me, camera guy? I'm going to say it one more time. Just because they're the best team you've beaten does not make that a good win. And it sure as hell does not stamp you as a Super Bowl contender when Seattle is not contending for jack. So, Cowboy, honk. Stop acting like you just beat Frisco or Philly or the Chiefs or anybody who actually does matter. You beat the gum assassin and the Hawks. And as far as I'm concerned, considering you couldn't even cover at home, it doesn't even feel like a win to me. Especially since the Hawks gashed that allegedly vaunted defense of yours that you're always flaunting and flexing. Yes, the game was entertaining, but playing like that is not going to be enough to beat anybody who matters in the postseason. Just so we're very clear about that, honks, because anybody who matters isn't just going to conveniently forget about or ignore number 11 running free at the quarterback on the last play and most important play of that game. More on that in a second because that really did happen. What I'm really saying is take the win, Dallas. Go ahead. Just keep moving and keep your mouth shut because you're the only ones who are impressed and think that you actually sent a message because you didn't. What, you still have a problem with that? You've got a problem with that, honks, or you don't understand what I'm saying. You need me to break that down further. All right, not a problem. Not to take anything away from Dak Prescott and big Mike McCarthy and his big fat offense. The offense is not anybody's issue in Dallas right now. It's that alleged championship defense that's on a milk carton. It's that alleged championship defense that got carved last night. Carved by a Seahawks offense that had been struggling and hadn't done jack in weeks. We all just watched this Seattle offense get punked by the Niners on Thanksgiving. Last night, Seattle was the one doing the punking on that allegedly vaunted Dallas defense. In fact, they did whatever the hell they wanted, at least until the end of the game. At least until the Seahawks had not one but two chances in the last 5 minutes to go down the field and put it in the end zone and walk out of geriatric world with a dub. And couldn't do it. Couldn't do it even though they got an early Christmas gift from the big fella who gift wrapped them a perfect setup for a 2-minute drill to take that lead. And the Seahawks took that gift and they decided to give one right back by not blocking, of all people, Micah freaking Parsons. It's not like the game was, or the play was important or anything, right? Look, I understand that the gum murderer, Peter Carroll, has forgotten more football than I will ever know, which is why I'm surprised I actually have some pretty major advice for him this morning. Hey, Peter, wild idea, crazy thought. But you might want to put somebody in front of number 11. You might want to try to block number 11 on every play. But in fact, you know what? You might put two guys in front of number 11. But especially on the most important play of the game. What you don't want to do is let Micah Parsons have a free sprint on your quarterback with the game on the line. That's never going to go well. Just trying to help out, gum assassin. you're welcome. Next pack of bubble yum that you're looking to murder is on me.
You're welcome.
Because I'm that kind of guy. Clearly, you needed to hear that very obvious advice because letting Micah run free on that play was not some sort of protection breakdown or mix-up or misunderstanding at the line of scrimmage or lack of communication or anything like that. Apparently, not blocking Micah Parsons on that critical play was by design. I know this because Geno Smith said as much after the game. That's funny. Micah coming free. We knew that could possibly happen. You don't have anybody blocking Micah Parsons, and you thought that it was possible that he might come free. So in other words, that was not a miscommunication or a breakdown of any sort. That was a designed play. If that play was by design, that is the most poorly designed play in the history of the sport. Maybe any sport. Because not laying a single finger on Micah Parsons on the most important play of the game is never doing the right thing. And the dumbest thing ever, not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch on the goal line with the Super Bowl on the line. Can't believe how stupid that is.
I'm just about that action, boss.
Even Micah, it's about all that action. It's about that action, boss.
Ding, ding, sauce.
Even Micah had to be looking around like, what is this? The hell is going on? What is this? The sissy challenge? Nobody wants to block me on the last play of the game? Really?
This is the spicy challenge, not the sissy challenge.
Wow. Big Mike McCarthy got a big fat gift right there. Because there were going to be big fat problems for big fat Mike if he botched clock management again. If his botched clock management led to yet another loss, can you imagine how fat his problems would be? And it nearly did. Man, that would have sucked for the big fella. You know, because the fact of the matter is, and again, I'm fair like this. I'm objective like this. The big fella called a pretty nice game. You see, I'm not a hater. I'm a realist. Dallas did have some positive things happen last night. They did some positive things last night. Just not nearly enough to get me to stamp them as a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Because if they have to work that hard to beat a Hawks team that just got annihilated by an actual Super Bowl contender, and you have that much trouble with that team in your own house, then you're not elite. All you have is a win over a now 6-6 team. So you've got that going for you, which means absolutely nothing. Again, I'm not here to hate. I'll give you an example. Did I or did I not give credit to Dak yesterday during Big Head Bets? Did I or did I not say that Dak was the hottest quarterback in the league? Did I or did I not say that before the game? Did I or did I not say that Dak was playing some of the best ball of his life? I did. I said all of that before the game, and then he went out last night and did not disappoint. In fact, he established himself as a legit MVP candidate. So we all know that Dak has his critics and his haters and his doubters. And by the way, he should. He should. It's valid. That's part of being that guy on that team with that contract and his lack of wins when it matters. It's fair. It is. Dak just wants to make you aware of the fact that he doesn't care what y'all think. Defiant much? Hey, man, I get it. He's taking some heat. And wherever you can get your fuel. Hey, let me ask you this. Did Geno Smith write that for you? Because it sure seems like a variation of his famous clapback against his haters and non-believers. Dak said, quote, "People can say whatever they want, but I have the pen. I have the paper. I'm the one writing." That was like a much more coherent, eloquent version of Geno saying, "They wrote me off, but I ain't right back."
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
Except Dak's version made a little more sense. So again, no, the win does not make Dallas elite, but at least I didn't want to get a spoon and gouge my own eyes out after seeing through that game. Pretty entertaining game in that there was not a single punt in the entire game. So no punts, but an absolute buttload of penalties. Laundry everywhere. Stoppages constantly. 19 penalties in this game for a total of 257 yards. Because we all know that everybody tuned in last night not to see Dak, not to see Geno, not to see Metcalf, but rather to see Cleat Blakeman. The speed-talking gum assassin rarely speaks for all of us because generally nobody can even keep up with what he's saying when he is speed-talking and murdering gum. But I think we can all agree with the Bubble Yum Slayer's rant after the game last night. I so badly want to say, hey, old man, stop making excuses. Look up at the scoreboard. But I can't. I mean, he's got a point, right? He's got a point. I just prefer the way my dude Al Michaels chose to make that point. Because Al did so in a way that was much more entertaining and way more surgical. Somebody pull Al off cleat. That was awesome. He's so right, too. It's like Blakeman was trying to hog the mic. Blakeman was trying to rip the mic out of Al's hands. Yo, Cleat, stay out of Al's way and you'll avoid catching devastating Al strays. Hey, Cowboy fan, I can't take that dub from you, but you can stop telling me it makes you legitimate title contenders because it doesn't. You have no right to talk any junk. You beat a team that's now 6-6. Now, if you want to talk your junk, do it after you handle the Eagles, the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Lions, who are still coming up on your schedule. I'm not done yet. If we're passing out kudos, you check out DK Metcalf's line. 6 receptions, 134 yards, 3 touchdowns. You cannot put that loss on him. This dude balled the hell out. Best part of that, too, was him busting out sign language after his long TD on Bland. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.